Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and today it's time for the next episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm hearing a lot of mixed reviews on this series, guys, and a lot of those reviews are from people who are deeper in the series than I am. Because I'm a few weeks behind, it's really hard to completely avoid reviews. Now, I have avoided spoilers. I'm not getting into reading reviews or watching reactions or anything like that. But nevertheless, people tell you whether they like something or not. And it's weird, this show. This show, some people seem to really enjoy it, and some people are saying that every episode is getting better and better and that they're fully on board and they're really enjoying the ride. And other people are saying that it's really not up to Disney Plus's other Star Wars shows, and they're disappointed. And I could see it at this point after 2 episodes going either way. So I don't know which side of the fence I'm going to come down on, but I'm going in with an open mind. I'm enjoying it so far, despite some things that might be warning signs, or maybe I'm just being overly judgmental. I've liked what we've done with young Leia so far, but I hope she doesn't her kidnap doesn't remain a central storyline for the duration of the series. I think it's important that we have a moment in Leia's youth where she gets to know Obi-Wan Kenobi. Otherwise, it makes no sense that she sends a message to him asking for help at the very start of episode 4. Otherwise, why would she go, "Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope"? We need to justify that. And so they've had their little adventure, and he's rescued her, and hopefully now he's taking her home back to the Organas, and Leia can angle herself towards being a rebel working the political side of things, where we meet her in 10 years. What I'm hoping we get into is more of Obi-Wan's story himself. After 2 episodes, he's made the decision to be a Jedi again. He had literally buried his lightsaber. He made the decision to leave Tatooine to rescue Leia, but now he's got Riva pursuing him. It appears that Vader is aware of him. There may be a deeper connection than that. Hard to tell with the editing at the end of episode 2 whether there's actually some sort of force connection between the two of them or not. But nevertheless, we know there's a confrontation with Vader coming down the line. Riva's an interesting character because she's tough to read. In the first episode, when we first met her, when we learned about her obsession with Obi-Wan that the Grand Inquisitor was trying to dismiss, it felt personal. But now it feels like Obi-Wan is her target because she has this desire to gain favor with Vader. And if that's all it is, it diminishes her as an antagonist for the series. But maybe I'm holding out hope that there is a history between the two characters that hasn't been revealed yet, that makes her a little more compelling. Because right now, she's literally just sort of doing this for promotion. I get that she's supposed to be a vaguely sympathetic Inquisitor because she came from the wrong side of the tracks and she worked her way up, and the other Inquisitors picked on her. But that's not how you build a intimidating and compelling antagonist, a compelling villain. You can explore her story later down the road and make her more complex and intriguing, but the initial introduction has to be Here's a badass. She's scary as hell. How on earth is Obi-Wan going to escape her? And I'm hoping we get into more of that, because too much of our chase so far has been complicated by the fact that it can't go any faster than a 10-year-old. So I'm very curious to see what they do with this episode, and I think this episode is going to go a long way in determining the direction that the show ends up following, and my opinion of the show too. So I'm eager to jump into it. I hope you guys are too. This is episode 3, part 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Obi-Wan's learned Anakin's alive. Does he know about Darth Vader, and does he know Anakin is in fact Vader? That's the next question.
Master.
Has he yet figured out how to talk to Qui-Gon? I'm going to say no. So I'm guessing his big moment will be finally getting through to Qui-Gon in his moment of greatest need.
Don't make me kill you.
Man, we're like full-on building Vader here. This is awesome.
Help me, Master Qui-Gon. Give me strength.
He's been looking for you for a long time.
He's coming, Master.
All right, I'm on board. Memories of Mustafar. Is that where we still are?
Prove yourself, and the position of Grand Inquisitor is yours.
All right.
Fail me, and you will not live to regret it.
We don't see her during Rebels, so certainly not as Grand Inquisitor. But it also explains why this Grand Inquisitor didn't show up in Rebels either.
The Force. What does it feel like?
Have you ever been afraid of the dark? How does it feel when you turn on the light?
I feel safe. Lola! Thank you.
Those are going to be popular toys at Christmas time. Back to Alderaan? Or no, this looks somewhere else. Doesn't look like Tatooine either. Is this Kessel? Those could be spice mines that we're seeing. Alright, what's the Empire up to here? It's Joshua Tree.
Coordinates say the meeting point is further north.
Why would he lie?
People are not all good, Leia.
Chill, Obi-Wan. Yeah, there's Anakin. Vision of Camino? Where are we? Doesn't feel like Camino. This feels completely Empire.
We should send out all remaining probes now.
You are not in charge here. That seat is mine. I am the next in line.
The infighting.
He asked me to lead the hunt. Unless you feel I should follow your orders instead.
The infighting. It's always been the Empire's downfall. It's all just ambition for her, though. I thought there was something personal to it, but I'm not seeing that anymore. What are we? Those are the probes?
Maybe they're just late?
Maybe it was a lie. I never should have trusted him.
We don't know if maybe...
No one is coming here, Leia.
Patience, Obi-Wan. You're acting like a Padawan.
We're farmers from Tall.
Hey there, I'm Freck.
Freck is a mole person.
Come on, Father. We've walked long enough. Thanks, Dad.
My pleasure. Hop in.
Yeah. Everything's the Empire here. That shouldn't be surprising.
Well, hop in. Meet my new friends.
Come on, Obi-Wan. Be chill. There's no reason they'd suspect you.
Looking for a Jedi.
We'll find him. We always do.
Don't act suspicious, Obi.
What are you doing out here?
That's a long story.
It's a long way.
He brought me here to see the place where he met my mother. Before
She's not with us anymore.
Do you have any information about a Jedi?
I would know one if I saw one.
Are you sure he's even on this planet?
They know what they're doing, Leia.
Oh.
That was her mother's name. I get confused. Sometimes when I look at Luma, I see her mother's face.
Yeah.
We all miss her very much.
Let's talk about Padme for a little bit.
Thanks, Freck. Let's move.
Well done, Freck the Mole Man. Leia is a better liar than Obi.
You knew her. My real mother, didn't you?
Yeah, she senses people. She's very intuitive.
Are you my real father?
No, but...
I wish I could say I was. But no, I'm not. The Jedi were taken from our families when we were very young. I remember a baby.
A baby?
Yes, I think I had a brother.
Oh,
I don't remember him.
that'll be a story somewhere. Do we know?
A couple of strays I found. Thought you might want to check them out.
Oh, Freck, are you being a bad double-crosser? Empire lackey?
Initiate Protocol 23.
Protocol 23? How about just some Jedi mind trick? Oh, probe droid. I'm not sure I've ever seen Obi with a using a blaster. He must have it in the Clone Wars, but it looks so weird. Oh, Freck. Walk around the outside of it, like that far post. Come on. Yeah.
Get down! Get down on the ground!
It's only 3 more, plus an officer. Come on. Yeah, there's a mole. Yeah.
Come on. I'll inform Lord Vader.
He's already been informed. He was most appreciative.
Power struggle.
We both know who'll be standing by his side when this is over.
There's a pilot who's agreed to take you, but he's not scheduled to leave for a few hours, so we need to lay low. Wait here. Wait here.
Is she actually sympathetic Empire, or is she just in costume?
Miss home?
Don't get too attached. It'll get blown up in a few years.
Oh, it's all right. He's on our side. Designation's Ned B.
Ned B?
Ned B. L0 LA 59.
Please fix Lola.
You're not the first Jedi to come through here.
It's like the Underground
It
Railroad.
leads to Jabim. From there, we give them new identities and get them out. These days, the Empire hunts anyone who's Force sensitive.
Yeah.
What happens to them?
We're not sure.
Some of them become Inquisitors. Probably.
Quinlan was here.
Yeah, he helps now and again.
Should I know that name?
Only when the eyes are closed can you truly see.
We've been compromised. We're coming to you right now. I don't care. Get the ship ready.
How are you compromised? They just left.
Someone must have seen us. We're moving up the timeline.
You're fine where you are.
She'll make a good fighter one day.
Yes, I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Tala.
Okay. Have we met her in any other mediums? I don't recognize her. I don't think I know her. But maybe she showed up in a video game or a book or something.
What is it?
Oh, he's here. Dun, dun. They're all here. He looks good. I hope this is Hayden and it's not a body double. But he's intimidating. I love it. They can sense each other this close. They must be able to. Make yourself known or I'll kill him.
Go with Tala. I'll be right behind you. Get it, Alderaan. Promise me. I'll lead him away.
Okay. Okay. Make yourself known, Obi.
He said not to engage, but to sweep the town. Search for others.
No. And that's how Leia's going to get away, because Riva's not going to disregard that. There we are. When was the last time you even turned it on, Obi-Wan? Still hasn't turned it on.
You cannot run.
Oh. Come on, Obi. Close your eyes. Find the way.
What have you become?
I am what you made me.
You'll be fine.
Nope, he won't be. I can make it on my own from here.
That's silly. Get Leia back to Alderaan. Remove her from the story. She's lovely and cute. And she's doing a great job of being young Carrie Fisher, but this needs to be an Obi-Anakin story for a bit.
Go.
No, don't. Seriously? This is very irresponsible adulting right here.
Bring him back.
Ugh. If that's Hayden, he's huge next to Ewan McGregor. Did she recognize that, or is that like a new symbol? Or is that the Rebel symbol or the Jedi symbol? I'm gonna have to take a look in the edit.
Now you will suffer, Obi-Wan.
Oh, he wants to burn him.
Your pain has just begun. Bring him to me.
Seriously, you're gonna... The droid. Who's our pilot gonna be? Is this someone we know?
Are you the one I'm supposed to meet?
I don't think so.
Unfortunately, they couldn't make it, but
Yeah.
I'll take you from here.
Oh, we're stopping there? James Earl Jones did the voice, of course. So we're never actually going to hear Hayden? That's weird. I'm not sure how I feel about that. There we go. Okay, nothing more. Okay, new episode, new planet. We haven't gotten Leia safely back to Alderaan yet. I'm not sure. Like, I get that Obi-Wan needs to look for help, and we got the coordinates from Kumail last episode. But what was preventing him from just going straight back to Alderaan instead of going to Mobasa? This mining planet, mining system. Seems like an unnecessary detour, but we need to extend the story. We've got this infighting amongst the Inquisitors between the third sister, Riva, and the guy played by Sung Kang. I'm not sure which brother he is. Did we say he's the fifth brother? The seventh brother? I'd have to go back and check, but they're both angling to become the next Grand Inquisitor, and I feel like we've seen Sung Kang's design in Rebels, but I feel like I need to go back now and remember whether his design is the Grand Inquisitor's design during the Rebels, or whether he's just one of the Inquisitors still. I feel like he's just one of the Inquisitors, and yet we know the third sister isn't in Rebels, so we kind of can anticipate what's going to happen to the bad guys in this show. That's the challenge of writing a compelling story when it's bookended by stuff we already know. We know where it has to start, we know where it has to finish, and we can fill in the gaps, and we can do some fun stuff to do that, but it also, we lose some of the suspense. And like we know that Vader can't kill Obi-Wan. We know that he can't even like horribly burn him, because we've seen Obi-Wan in episode 4. So Obi's got plot armor, basically. So does Vader. So we know that whatever confrontations they may have over the course of this series won't amount to much. It seems that Obi hadn't heard of Vader. He certainly hadn't seen Anakin in this look. He hadn't equated that Anakin equals Vader. It was just Vader was an entirely new entity for him. So that's interesting. I would have thought after 10 years of Vader being, the second Sith, the grand leader of the Imperial Army. I'm not sure. I know that's not his real title, but this legendary, powerful force, that word of him would have spread across the system. Anyway, Obi has seen him. Obi's rusty. Obi-Wan has not used a lightsaber in 10 years, and it shows. He frankly looks like he's using it for the first time. I mean, he was able to defend himself, but he was unable or unwilling to fight back. And it seems Vader's intention is just to punish Obi-Wan. He blames his current condition on Obi-Wan, which is valid. They had, after their fight in episode 3, Anakin was left for dead, and without limbs and barely clinging to life. And that was all Obi-Wan's doing. So I guess Anakin could hold some resentment there. And this feels like it's just a search motivated by revenge. So he wants Obi-Wan to hurt. He doesn't want Obi-Wan to die, at least not yet. Which partly explains why Obi-Wan is still alive 10 years from now. Because I feel like if Vader really wanted to kill Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan was that rusty with his saber, that he could have died right there. We saw at the beginning of the episode, he's still trying to connect with Qui-Gon using the Force. I would imagine he hasn't been able to do it yet. He's tried over the course of the last 10 years and has been unable to. But we know, again, within 10 years, he will be able to, and I imagine that's going to be a key moment towards the very end of this series that allows him to escape or temporarily defeat Vader or something to that effect. Leia's definitely Force sensitive, but she seems to have it in a very different way from most other Force sensitives, in that it seems like she can almost read people's minds, but it's more like she can read their feelings. She's very empathic. We saw it when she had the little confrontation with her cousin and told him exactly what he was doing and why he was doing it and why he was actually afraid, etc., etc. And we saw multiple instances of it in this episode as well, where yeah, it's just clear that she's very sensitive to how other people are feeling and thinking. We never really spelled out Leia's training with the Force. It only really got fully acknowledged during episode 6, I suppose. Then there's a huge gap before we see Leia again in any story. So presumably there was an exploration of her skills then, and that's when she develops the abilities to the extent that she can pull herself in space back into a ship. I'm trying to think if we ever see her with a lightsaber. I don't think so. She's good with a blaster though. Anyway, I like the 10-year-old Leia. She's really strong casting, well written, and she makes a ton of sense for this is what young Leia might be like. Being raised as a princess, but certainly having a lot of this tomboy energy. She'd rather be out in the woods. She'd rather be off exploring the galaxy on these ships that she identifies in the sky overhead. Yeah, it's cool seeing her journey. But that being said, I don't feel like this story should be all about Obi-Wan rescuing Leia. I feel it needs to be much more Obi-Wan versus Vader, and also Obi-Wan defeating the Inquisitors and relearning and learning more of his Jedi skills. He needs to be in the position to train Luke in a handful of years, and he's not in that position right now. Nevertheless, Riva's got Leia. Not sure whether I wouldn't say captured, but certainly on the run. And if Leia can escape Riva at this point, you're going to need to write that in a way that I really believe it. But I'm excited to see the next episode. I want to see more. I love this world. I love seeing... Star Wars is interesting for me. I'm not sure when it happened or how it happened exactly, but I like the universe more than I like some characters that we're supposed to really like. And it's not because I dislike the characters, just I love the universe so much. I love the world. I think that's one of the reasons Mandalorian was so successful, still is, because it was an entirely new character. We went away from the Jedi and we got into a storyline that was completely new to all Star Wars fans. It wasn't directly linked to anything until we finally introduced Boba. We had little cameos with Luke and that sort of thing, but so much of that story has been with entirely new characters, but it's taking place in this world, this universe that we know and love so much. The world building is amazing. Even if you ask just casual fans, they'd be able to name so many different planets that are readily identifiable, and I consider myself somewhere in between people who've just seen the movies and those who know it all. I don't know whether we've been to this planet before. I didn't recognize where the Inquisitors' tower in that ocean was, but I guarantee you some people know, and it's already been established. These aren't new places, is my bet. And that's just a testament to how all-encompassing and well-developed the Star Wars galaxy is. It's one of the things I love most about the entire Star Wars universe. And it's what keeps bringing me back. I'm excited. I'm going to watch episode 4 right now. You guys will be able to see that reaction next week. Can't wait to show it to you. And until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.